Hey, we're back for our final video. So now we are going to finish our glazing. Okay, so glaze, remember, is just a layer of wash for the first step. For the second step, we're going to paint whatever else on top of that. So for example, I could do lines, but I'm going to make these actually even look like trees. You could just do lines, which I'll show you one with just lines, but I'm going to have, so with glazing, it's all about layering. So watercolor paints perform best when we just work with thin layers built up. So we've got our first layer dry, okay? And now I put on these kind of second layer with sort of their drawings, right? If this was still wet and I tried to do this, it would all mix up, just like the wet and wet. So when, if it's dry, yeah, I can paint on top of here. If it's wet, I can't. I could, but it'll look like this. It'll all mix up, okay? So glazing, like I said, is layering. Okay. And I actually want to let that dry a little bit, so I'm going to flip pages here. Oops, I didn't let that dry very well. And I'm going to show you the final step. So glazing could be something stripy like this, or like even like this. This is glazing. This is glazing. These are all examples of glazing. But I want to show you on this one, the final step, how fun this is. So once you're all done, then you carefully rip your paint off, your tape off. And notice I'm holding, oh no. Okay, so I did that too soon. It was way too soon. The paper's still wet, so it's ripping the paper. So I have to wait to do that. So I'm going to do it on this one. This is totally dry. And you want to hold the tape pretty close to it. You don't want to just, because if I just rip it really far away, it can actually rip the paper. So I'm holding pretty close and being really careful when I rip this off. I do not want, see, look, I'm taking up some of the paper there. And the reason why is because the paper underneath was wet. So yours won't happen because you won't be working in a book. You'll be working on a piece of paper. There we go. And now we have those nice crisp edges. And I'll show you the next step later in class. Thank you. Good job.